Hey guys, how's it going? So today I want to give you an update tour of the cut flower shed. You can see that we've had some progress. It's not done yet, which is totally fine, but I also want to add a few Christmas touches. Isn't that looking so cute? Now on the outside, the things that we still need to do are, obviously the door, which will be multi-paned French doors that look like this. We're putting a gable up on top of the roof, so it'll bring a little vertical interest to the roof. Of course, we need to put the shakes up there, and then siding and trim. We were kind of hoping that the outside would be done by the end of November, but things have just been so hard to get a hold of that, obviously it's not done, which is totally fine. We can still add a few little Christmas things. I was going to put lights, around the roof line and all of that, but since Eddie and Trisha will still be working on it this next month, in fact, I think they might have the exterior done in the next couple of weeks. I don't want anything to be in their way. I'm going to stand back here for kind of point of reference. This is the orchard here, and then the cut flower garden is out this way. I'm going to go stand over here. No. I wonder how my carrots are doing. Probably should have thinned them. Oh, cute. Look at that. Little baby carrots. Swiss chard still looking awesome. Ooh, it's bright out here today. So you can see the flower garden to the left and right, the cut flower shed right in between. Now when those orchard trees grow up big, they should just barely hug the top of the roof right there. And then there is a tree behind that will be taller than the roof line as well. So it should be just super sweet and tucked in. I can't wait. And then right in here, we intend on putting some sort of water feature, which would be really pretty, I think. You can see the sunflower heads that Benjamin and I put out here earlier. Oh yeah, the birds have been feasting. It's exciting. And then here is the west side right here. That's our water. And let's head in. Oh, like it's pretty bright in here for having no light, which is awesome. And it'll be a little brighter too once there's a door and there's that kind of sheer right there. But all of the windows, they're not done yet. In fact, you'll notice that some of these are actually not, they don't line up. They're all adjustable. So as soon as everything is set, they're gonna adjust everything so all the panes and the grids match. But they are wood. I wanted wood everything. So we're doing wood siding, wood windows, the cedar shakes on the roof. All the windows swing out. They don't right now. They are all tacked in there so that they don't like swing out on their own. We have some little bracket things. I don't know what they are. I'll give you guys a tour, like a full-on tour when it's all done and show you all the little parts and everything. But they're these little hinge things that you can swing the window out however wide you want, and then you can just tighten it down so it'll stay open instead of like swinging on its own, which I think will be really handy. Those should be here. They might already be here. And then you can see the ceiling right there. We chose to have it vaulted or open so that we could hang. We're gonna do a chandelier right in the center, and then we're going to fix it to where we can have extra lights on either side or fans or whatever. We're also gonna finish the walls. So we're gonna have insulation and sheetrock put in and just kind of have it all done. So while we're at it, we may as well. This won't be heated or cooled or anything like that. So having some fans installed might be nice to help kind of facilitate some airflow. Plus we can have all the windows open, which will be nice. And then we're just planning on running. I'm gonna get like one of those decorative floor heater kind of things that look like a fireplace probably. And we can run that in the winter if we wanna be out here. I just didn't anticipate that we'll actually use this in the winter because there's not a lot going on out here. Most everything is like toward the barn and that area. Now the back wall here, the south side, where I've already got the hutches, like to store vases and things. And then I've got that long low table that my mom and I picked up on our last antiquing trip. This is 17 feet. The sides are 12 feet. The walls from floor to where it's straight right here are 8 feet, and then it goes up an additional 3 feet, so 11 feet at the tallest peak. The electricians are going to be here next week, and they just have to dig a fairly short trench to get electricity to this shed, and then they'll get everything set to hang lights, and I'll have plugins, like several plugins. In fact, on the back wall, I think I'm gonna have 4 plugins installed. There will be 2 or 3 on each of the 12-foot runs, just because I don't know exactly where I'm going to put furniture in here, and I don't know, like we did in the studio, we had plugins put every 6 feet, and I am so thankful we did that. Oh my goodness. And we had plugins put in on the wall. Like every time we do a building project, I'm just gonna have plugins everywhere. And then I'm super thankful that Aaron, when we set up this new property, the infrastructure was such a beast, but he's got such a mind for that. And he made sure that there's conduit everywhere, there's electrical access everywhere already, so that when we want to do something new, it's easy and it's not this huge, massive project having to come from the house or from the electric box thing that's way further away. So you know, we had that big trench all the way around the exterior of our property, and there's electrical access back there, right here, right here. So they just have to do a little trench here and then boop, right over here. Pretty easy. Now I do plan on putting a couple of lights, one on either side. I haven't found exactly what I want yet, so that'll be something later. They are gonna rough it in though, so that we have the ability to do that easily. And then the jury's out right now as to whether or not I wanna do window boxes. I mean, window boxes are so charming. I mean, imagine the fruit trees and window boxes, but that's just more containers to fill. I feel like containers might be a better way to go because one, I don't know how much maintenance I want to have out here. I mean, you could do low maintenance window boxes, but once you have a window box installed, one, you'll have some, inevitable damage to the side of your shed. And then if they're empty, it kind of looks incomplete. I always feel like window boxes need to be filled all the time, no matter what the season is. And I don't really know if I want that out here. You know, we have window boxes on the house right now, and if we ever do build on the wraparound porch like we were thinking of doing one day, we will eliminate most of the window boxes so that it's deeper, because we don't have a lot of depth to deal with. And honestly, I kind of am looking forward to that day. We'll save 3 window boxes, the one on the kitchen window box and the 2 on the balcony entrance. That's kind of like that deeper patio area, which I'm actually going to work on probably tomorrow, kind of Christmas that area up. But 3 window baskets versus right now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 3 versus 9. Oh, I like that number better. Okay, let's take a look in the back of the gator here. So I've got these 2 iron urns I've had for ages. We're gonna paint them up, kind of slick them up a little bit. And then I picked up these 2 just really small Christmas trees. Look at those, look how cute those are. I thought we would just pop a Christmas tree down in the urn and put 1 strand of lights. That's all we have left per tree, 1 strand of warm white lights. And then I've got some wreaths here, just pre-made simple wreaths that I thought we could put red bows on. And then maybe I got some command strips. We can pop them like right in here on the windows. Wouldn't that be cute? I also brought out this old work table that I have. This actually belonged to my mom's dad, who's no longer with us. So it's a special table. I like how rustic it looks. I actually like the aqua paint on it that's kind of chippy, but I thought we would do this project in the cut flower shed. We'll just set it up and make our bows, just prep our wreaths and get them hung on the shed. So everything that I have today, the 6 wreaths, and then the 2 pots shouldn't be in their way. The pots might be when they get ready to do siding, and I just told them to text me the night before they're going to be here, and I'll run out here and move everything out of their way that might be in the way. So anyway, I just thought it would be super sweet, even though it was just the wrap and everything, just to have a couple of things out here that were Christmassy. First thing we're going to do is paint these pots so that they can be drying while we work on the wreaths. Just kidding, I want to show you the back of the shed. So this area here, you see that I have it taped off still because we planted all the bulbs in here. I still have 1,000 bulbs to put around this shed. Which I might just come out here and do it and just kind of stay away, because I don't know that we're going to want bulbs right up against it for now. I think we might do some manner of like very shallow flower bed. I'm not sure. And then back here, I just wanted to kind of remind you guys of what it looks like. We have a pear tree back here, and we have thought of maybe creating a little bit of a secret space back here, like putting this pear tree maybe where one of the apricots is going to go. This one has canker really bad, so I'm going to be replacing it in the spring. So maybe we put the pear here, and because we have another apricot on the other side, and then create a really fun like seating area, because once these trees are big, you won't see back here. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? I don't know, that was just a thought that we had, and maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. I kind of want this area too to be a little bit more chill than some of our other areas, like around the house. I want to do, you know, the kind of the meadow feel in here and seed some flowers. We've got all the bulbs now, seed some grass in here, and just have it be a little bit more natural looking, I guess. Okay, now we'll paint the pots. This is what I'm using. It's a satin all-surface paint and primer in black. Oh my goodness, those look so much better. Good improvement. And the best part is I didn't have to worry about putting cardboard or burlap or anything down out here. This is going to become grass, this pathway right here, this next year. So yeah, doesn't matter. And I'm thinking that the trees are going to look good and pots right on the corners on either side rather than in the middle. I think it might be too much height, too much bulk to go there. I think it's going to be perfection on the edges. Okay, it's wreath time. Let me show you what I have here. I bought some really pretty just red satin ribbon, bright red. And this is the paint, I think I just showed that to you, that I used. And then I've just got a whole mess of command strips. I think these are gonna be perfect. These are outdoor rated, see that right there? Outdoor, I had to Google if there were outdoor command strips, and there are. This one holds up to 4 pounds. So I think this is going to be perfect. I got a whole bunch of different stuff. Also, did you guys know, I didn't know this, there are light clips for outdoor, for hard surfaces and things where you don't want to like clip anything or like put any holes in your house or staple anything in. We're gonna use this in a project here later this week. I'm excited. First project in the cut flower shed. This is so exciting. And I thought I bought 6 of the same size wreath, but I think one of them's a little bigger. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. This one, and this one has something different in it. Not too terribly different though. So I was thinking of just making some incredibly simple basic bows and attaching them to the wreaths with paddle wire. I initially thought, well, maybe I should get some pine cones and some seed pods and hot glue those to the wreaths. But honestly, way out here, I mean, you're not gonna be able to see that detail unless you're right up on them. And I really just kind of wanted to keep this project really simple. So I got these wreaths for $10, which I thought was really good because if you would consider what buying the greens, the wreath form, and then the wire, and then the time it takes to make wreaths, even simple ones, I thought that that was a really good deal. So anyway, I think we'll just go ahead and start making these bows and hang them on the windows. Hey, dude! Whoa! What are you doing?
Let's go somewhere else. So I got to be careful with these. Here's somewhere. That's like right there. Thank you.
First 2 are hung and they look so pretty. Do you love it, Benjamin?
It didn't work out when you put on it.
I know it didn't work out 3 times, huh? I had to hang this one 3 times. So it fell off twice. Well, I guess just twice. It fell off twice. And then when I got the new strip ready and brought it out here, I dropped the command strip on the ground, on the sticky side, of course, and picked up a bunch of junk. So I had to put a 4th strip on there. Anybody want to put money down on how long these will last? How long they'll actually stay up on these windows? And you're digging a hole. Yeah, I brought the tool out because I was noticing that the soil over there is quite higher than over here in terms of, it's not higher, the building isn't, but the soil is just thicker. So I thought I'd scrape some soil away so the pots will be roughly the same height. All right, 2 down, 4 to go. Okay, I feel like such a dork. So I was getting really mad at those command strips. The wreaths just kept falling on the ground. I thought, what in the world is going on here? Like, they don't weigh more than 4 pounds. Well, you're only supposed to attach those command strips to the glass, not to wood. So that's my problem, I think. So I just ran and grabbed some really little finishing nails, and I'm just gonna drive one into the center piece right here, right there. And that's how we'll hang them. And that way we know for sure they'll stay up. I don't know why it still feels like I shouldn't be popping holes in stuff. It's my shed though, so I can make holes in it, right? I figured that I'll probably want to hang wreaths here again anyway, so it's inevitable with the nails and holes and such. This'll work better. The hammer and nail worked much better, and it looks so cute. Look at that. I can't even believe it. With this shed kind of being one of those projects we didn't think we would even attempt to start this year, to see it even this far accomplished is amazing. And I did tuck the bigger wreath of the 6 right back in this corner because we'll see it the least amount, but it really doesn't look that much different. And I think the simple red bows are really sweet. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on putting the containers here in the corners, putting the trees in there. I'll probably put some soil in the containers around the trunks to kind of anchor them in. And this is likely where these 2 little urns will live for a while. And these containers have giant drain holes. I think at one time they were smaller and maybe the iron was just kind of thin and it eventually rusted out. But I just put either a piece of landscape fabric or an old dish rag, or like in this case, a piece of burlap where water can still, you know, go through and drain, but it keeps all the soil from falling through because it would just fall through like a funnel, really. Okay, it's all done and it's looking so good. Now we're gonna have to pop back out here once it's dark to see how these little trees looked. I only had 1 strand per tree, which is honestly enough, I think, light-wise, but not enough if I wanted to floral wrap it and really make it bright. I think it'll be plenty bright, but I had to string them on kind of like a mess, just so that I made sure that some of them were out toward the end and like ends of the branches, and some were kind of in toward the trunk, so that the whole thing will kind of have a lit look to it. And then this one, this tree was a tiny bit bigger, but I think I got him spaced good enough. We'll see. We might have to fuss with the lights a little bit. It hasn't changed the look dramatically from the inside, except for you can see little peaks of the ribbon and you can see the outline of the wreaths. Oh, I just love it so much. I think I'm just gonna leave this table out here for now. Seems like a good place to keep it. You know, I should mention also that we do plan on putting electrical outlets on the sides and on the back. So we'll have at least 1 on the east side, 1 on the west side, and 1 on the back, which is the south side. That way, when we get ready to do, you know, any kind of exterior illumination right here, we'll have access to that, and then we won't have to have cords running, you know, visibly, or not as visibly, I guess. So I can just imagine it with the gable up here, with maybe another wreath, and then the French doors, and you'll be able to see the chandelier on the inside. It's just gonna be so fun. Also, I did leave the trees in the little stands that they came in. I don't think I'll put soil in here. I think I'll find more burlap sacks just to tuck in around the trunk to keep them anchored, because they are a little bit like, if it got really windy, which it will, it would tip them a little bit. And I think using old burlap or something like that, or even leaves, I was looking out at crops out here. Like I could pull the mignonette or something like that, or the feverfew. I could pull those things and just shove some of those plants around the base of these trees, and that would work out great too. But I think the clean out will be easier with plants or old burlap than it would be with soil. Had I decided to remove the stands, soil would have been just fine. Okay, one last little look. I think the containers are actually a great scale for this shed. Whether or not I put something in them smaller and put them over here, or leave them right on the corners, I think that's really nice. If we happen to get the door, like in the next week or so, it's possible, I might put a Christmas tree inside, right like in the center. That would look pretty. And I think that's gonna wrap up today's projects. I just wanted to come out here really to show you what was going on out here, where we're at, how things are going, and then the little Christmas touches are so fun and so easy to put out here. And it's probably something I'll repeat, something very similar to this from year to year, because it's pretty and I love it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a really good day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, I'll come back out here in a little while once it's dark, and I'll show you what these trees look like. All right, guys, isn't it perfect? The trees are the right scale, and honestly, more than 1 strand would have been way too many lights. That's plenty bright. Like, let's get close on one of them here. really evenly spread out for the most part. I really like it. And then just imagine a warm glow coming from inside the shed once there's a light in there, or a Christmas tree if we get to that first. There's Russell and Benjamin. Do you love it, Benjamin? I can spot you from a mile away with those shoes on out here. You go perfectly with the light display.